Alright, I wasn't able to finish the example in the first video, so I'm going to do examples 2 and 3 on this one. So I already drew my line segment, as I was saying on the previous video. B is a midpoint, so I have to make sure I put it right in the middle, and so that means that the segment is broken into 2 equal parts. So I put those little marks right there to indicate that they're equal. So same thing as before. Now I'm going to start labeling my picture. I have AB is 5x plus 3. So from A to B, 5x plus 3. And then the other one, BC, from B to C, that gives me 2x plus 18. And that's it. That's all the information they gave me, and they're asking me to find AC right here. So A to C is unknown. They are asking me to find that. So for this one, you cannot add them together because they don't give you the last expression. But you do know that they are equal because it says midpoint. Those marks that we put right there, they're indicating that they are equal. So I can just put those two expressions equal to each other, and that's going to help me solve for x. So I have 5x plus 3 equals 2x plus 18. Because it says midpoint, I can assume that they're equal. If it says between, you cannot do that. So now I'm going to solve for x one more time. So I'm going to get rid of the 2x's on the right side by subtracting them from both sides. And so I have 5 minus 2. That gives me 3x. Carry down the 3, and I'll carry down the 18 on the other side. From here, eliminate the constant, which is going to be that positive 3. So opposite of addition is subtraction. I'm going to subtract 3 so they can cancel out, and have to do it to both sides. I have 3 x's left over, and then 18 minus 3, that's 15. And then last step, divide. So divide by 3. Always on both sides. So you get x is left over on the left side, and on the right side 15 divided by 3, that gives you 5. So I have my x value. Remember, they're asking me to find AC. So for AC, I want the entire thing. So there's 2 ways of doing it. You could either, since you want the total, you can add those 2 and then plug in your x, or you can just plug it into one of those and then double it, because it will be the same for both of them. So I'm going to choose just one of them. I'm going to plug it in for AB. So I have instead of x, I'm going to put in the 5 that I got over here. So then I'm going to evaluate this. Parenthesis means multiply. 5 times 5, that's 25. And then plus 3, that's 28. That means that on this piece from A to B, this is 28. Remember, this is the expression that gives me the distance, but this is the actual distance, 28. Since this is equal to this is also going to be 28. Because they're equal, they have to be 28, and you can try it. If you plug it in for this one, you're going to get 28. So all you have to do once you have AB, just double it. And so your AC, the total, should be 56. 28 plus 28 is 56. You only double it if they're asking you for the total, which in this case they were. Okay, that's one example of when it says midpoint. And then we have a different one, example 3. And this one you also have the word midpoint, but it's going to be worked out a little bit different. So in this one, again, still line segments. I'm still drawing the same thing over and over. B is the midpoint, and since it's midpoint, put these little marks that shows that they're equal. Now I'm going to label. So AB is 5x minus 6. And AC, that's the total. So from A all the way to C, that's 8x plus 30. And then it gives me this little part. So a lot of students, the common mistake that some students make is that because it says midpoint, they assume that it's going to be just like this one, where you just put the two measurements equal to each other and then solve. But that's not right. If you set up your picture correctly, you can see that they're not equal to each other, right? 5x minus 6 is less than the 8x plus 30. They're different size, different. But because, again, because it says midpoint, those two pieces are equal. So if they didn't give me a measurement for this piece, then I can assume that it's equal to this one, 5x minus 6. So I can also label that part with 5x minus 6. And now I just add them, just like in example 1, and put it equal to the total. So I add the two pieces, 5x minus 6 plus the other 5x minus 6. That's the other piece. And that should be equal to the total, which is 8x plus 30. And then we go on to solve it just like we did for example 1. Add the x's first. So that's 5 and 5, that's 10 x's. Negative 6 plus negative 6, that's negative 12. Have x's on both sides, so I'm going to subtract the ones that are on the right side so I can get rid of them. So minus 8x on both sides. 10 minus 8, that's 2. Add the 12 to both sides so you can cancel the constant. (30 plus 12, that gives me 42. And then the last step has to be divide by the coefficient of x. So I have x equals 21. And so in this problem they're asking me to find AC. AC is this purple measurement right here, 8x plus 30. So I'm just gonna plug it in for that. Instead of x, I put in 21. And I multiply these two things, 8 times 21. That gives me 168. And then when I add 30, I get 198.